God knows the truth value of all propositions. He's omniscient.
So he knows if I'm eating a pineapple pizza, God would also
God
know what
knows
that means.
exactly. Listen, God
Yeah,
knows listen, God knows everything.
including procreation.
God knows everything, my friend.
Well, that sounds horrible if you take it in the context that he would then know what it's like to have sex with a child and enjoy it, right?
God knows everything.
So not only does he know what it's like to have sex with a child, but he knows what it's like to continue doing this and make the previous child watch him as he's slaughtering the third child
Yeah,
while fucking
sir,
it,
sir, you're beating a dead horse. God knows everything.
including what it feels like to have gay sex with another
God
person.
knows. I'm beginning to smell. There's a foul odor that's emitting that you're a troll.
No, I'm just wondering
Yeah,
why that
okay.
is
Yeah,
okay
and
for
God
God
and
to
God
do.
knows what it's like for you to be an evil, rebellious sinner against him.
No,
God
because I
knows
believe.
exactly. Yeah.
No, but you are essentially trying to talk to people or educate people about, you know, I don't mind the fact that you use the word God, or that you talk about Jesus, but he is the false prophet, considering the fact that
Who is the
Allah is
false
the right
prophet?
one and Muhammad.
Who?
Jesus is the false prophet.
Well, on
Muhammad is the right
wh-
one.
oh, are you a Muslim?
Yes,
Okay. And what country did you grow up in?
Iran.
Okay. Are you there now?
No, I moved away. It got too radical.
Okay. Yeah. Um, it's very difficult talking with Muslims because of the cultural and familial and ancestral indoctrination of Islam. This is one of the markers of large cults that you it's very difficult simply to academically get through to them about the failures of their theological system. So I'll try, but I don't imagine that I'm going to get through to you because your will is involved. So, for example, if Muhammad was a false prophet,
No, he
then
wasn't.
I said if. Okay?
I'm let's just work with the reality
Sir,
we're living,
sir,
okay?
I perfectly
No, I'm
understand. Okay,
no, I
listen,
just you don't
if you're gonna
need
be
to do
rude,
blasphemy
listen to
against
me.
me.
If you're going, look, you can think it's blasphemy all you want. You're claiming that he was the prophet of God. I consider that blasphemy.
No, Jesus of Nazareth is not
Okay,
the
sir,
Messiah
sir,
King. Jesus of Nazareth did not die the
I
crucifixion,
reject,
and
I
Jesus of
reject. Okay,
Nazareth did
listen to
not
me,
resurrect from the
sir.
dead.
Listen to me.
Jesus of
Are you
Nazareth
listening
is
to
not
me?
divine. He is a
Okay,
false.
okay, okay. Mind Goblin. Did somebody mute him or did he mute himself?
I muted him. He obviously doesn't want to have an intellectual
Okay,
conversation.
unmute him. Okay.
Well, hello.
Is he unmuted? Listen,
Yeah,
listen. Do you know what a bowl in a china shop is?
the bowl in a china shop.
Have you ever heard that English expression?
Is it similar to glass in Stonehouse or whatever?
Yeah. You're being a verbal bowl in a china shop.
Now, I'm going to ask you a very simple question. Ready? Is Allah perfect? Yes. Okay, when I say Allah, I'm not talking about the generic word for God. I'm talking about the God of Islam. Yes. Okay. To be perfect would mean that God would have all great making properties, properties that are greater to have than to not have, and to have them to their fullest and without lack. Do you agree? Come again? Say it again. If God is perfect, he has all great making properties, whatever they may be. Yes. And he will have those properties to their fullest and without lack or deficit. Yes. Okay, now, I'm going to present you a case. I will show you definitively that Allah is not perfect. And what you are going to do is you are going to categorically reject it because of your childhood and current Islamic indoctrination. I'm going to explain it in a minute. But you are going to reject what I am saying, even though what I'm going to present to you cannot be refuted. Okay? And it's not trickery, it's not a trap, okay? But because of the nature of cultic brainwashing, okay? Cultic brainwashing, okay, is even more profound and difficult to deal with when you're dealing with a cult that claims exclusively to be the truth and the only true representative of God, when it is conjoined in multiple generations of ancestors, and that there's a cultural indoctrination as well. It is extremely difficult getting through to that. Now, love as an attribute is something that needs to be actualized rather than a potential. Okay? If I do not actualize love, but I merely have the potential to love, can it be said that I have that property? No. So love needs to be actualized, right?
Are you there?
Yes.
I said love is not merely a potential. The attribute of love is something that needs to be actualized, right?
It's somewhat already actualized by God
No,
creating it, but
sir,
yes,
sir,
we
this
have
is
to
not
use love.
complicated. You see, what you're doing right now is you're
You
beginning
are
to realize, okay, if you
just
overtalk me
blasphemy.
again, I will kick you out of the room. Last warning. You're not going to be rude. I'm not going to tolerate obnoxious Muslims.
What do you mean?
Now,
Is
in
that racist?
order to possess love, it must be actualized and not merely a potential. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Now, to actualize love to its maximum without deficit means to be other oriented. Are we clear on that?
Yes.
Okay. You accept that?
To a certain degree, I take it with a grain of salt, but yes.
No, sir. Stop with the bullshit.
The what?
Okay. Okay. Use this your last warning.
Did you
Stop
call
with
me
the
a
bullshit.
Bosch?
Okay. Have a
Okay.
nice day. Have a nice day. Every Muslim I talk to is the same. Bye. And people say I'm not patient. Okay. You see, what happens is when you start saying to them certain things that are uncontroversial, but that they haven't thought of before, they're like, oh shit, I don't know where this is leading. I better not concede, or I should half heartedly concede, so that a minute or two from now, if it goes against me, I can backpedal.
Well,
That's
you
why he's
notice
like, yeah,
initially what he was trying to do is he's trying to impugn God as being immoral or inappropriate because God has exhaustive knowledge of all the evil things that people do. But we
yeah,
never
yeah.
heard any line of reasoning as to why that's the case or any standard.
You see,
He's just
you
trying
see,
to do it by
yeah, I
innuendo.
know. Look, you have to understand that Muslims do not realize that they are in a gigantic cult. Okay. And Muslims really haven't exposed themselves to um, um, robust analysis and critique. Um, they're just they're ingrained in they're brainwashed into Islam, and then they're given Islamic apologetics, but they've never been exposed to a robust analysis outside of Islam, right? So they're just walking, talking Islamic automatons. Allah is the prophet of God, you know. And I'm trying to walk him through a concept here, and you noticed how uh, recalcitrant he is. He's just digging in his intellectual heels into the ground. Okay, what I'm
Uh,
present
uh,
because he's afraid of where it may lead to. So
Imagine if
he's
he, instead
yeah,
of
yeah.
just his mouth, imagine if he had a saber in his hand.
Oh yeah, he would cut my head off.